Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a review of Sutter Homes Pinot Noir. It's a really dark red wine. Oh god, smell the alcohol coming off of it. It's pretty damn strong. Um, and continuing the tradition of not having wine glass, I am drinking out of what I think is a Scotch glass. Okay, so I already drank half of this before I even realized that the video wasn't on. So yeah, so let's do this. Okay, it has an aftertaste to it, but initially you're tasting some type of grape. I don't know what grape was used at this vineyard, um, but and I'm tasting some type of wood and cherry. I don't think cherry is even used in this type of wine, but I can taste it, and it's weird. Um, Now, I will say that it doesn't taste cheap, which is weird because it's a cheap brand, but it doesn't taste cheap, and that's good. I wouldn't call it high quality, but it's definitely mid. I've had way worse wine, and I gotta say that the alcohol burns right around here, not all the way down, but like right, you can definitely feel the burn right around here. It supposedly has 13%, but like everything that is approximate, not the end all be all. With wine, wine is always measured at approximations because it can differ to glass to glass, time of year, and all kinds of things. But they give you an approximation. It might be a percentage up, it might be a percentage down. It's not like they're labeling it's 10% and it's 30% alcohol. That's just not how it works. But it could be labeled 10% and it'd be 12, or 10% and it'd be 8. You got like a 2 percentage point give or take, but it's good. Um, Now, I will say that the more you drink it, the more you can kind of taste this woody flavor, and I don't know what it is. Oak, hickory, I don't know, but it's wood. Now, now I will say that has this cherry flavor and something like an apple, maybe a pear, apple, something along that lines. Now, neat fact: pears and apples actually taste the exact same way. Little science lesson. Don't believe me? Cover your nose, close your eyes, bite an apple, then bite a pear. You won't be able to tell the difference. Now, it's your nose that's able to taste the difference of it. And so, to do this, I'm going to cover my nose up like that and get that nice nasally voice. I'm going to take a sip and see how it tastes then. Now, doing that takes away some of the flavor, and you can kind of get more to the basic what it is. And I will say, covering your nose up takes away a lot of the flavor. At that point, you might as well just be drinking vodka, which is great. It's a great wine thing because it lets you know that the smell and the aromas is what you're tasting, not necessarily what's in the glass itself. Um, so, take another sip. I'm going to finish this out and then I'm going to finish the video. But I will say that Sutter Home has never let me down in the wines. They're cheap, they're easy to get a hold of. Um, it's one of my recommendations for cheap wine, actually. It's better than going out and say, get $2 Chuck, man. Because, or Carlos Rossi. Oh, God. I tried some of that as a review, and I had to be very nice to it because my grandma bought it. But Nah, did not get any color frosting. Stuff was nasty. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the time I reviewed it, that was the time I went out and bought it because I was super cheap. But yeah, the first time I ever tried it. Mm-mm. Second time, still no. Don't do that to yourself. 14, but you mean I can get a gallon of wine for 14 bucks? Don't do it, man. Don't do it. I don't like shitting on brands, but no, just save yourself. Taste of it's nice. Um, I wouldn't say I would drink this with a steak, pizza, maybe breadsticks. Oh no, it's a French wine, but it kind of goes better with Italian cuisine. Oh, give me a stand up tall. It's great. My next video is going to be me reviewing uh, organic Concord grape juice, and the reason why is because it's never stored properly at flea markets, WalMarts, and even Kroger's don't store it properly. It's supposed to be chilled, and that's because organic anything that's not chilled will immediately start fermenting. And pro tip, it has a alcoholic content sometimes upwards to 3%. It's never consistent, but you can taste it. And that's also true with that sparkling stuff. If it doesn't have sodium benzate in it, sodium carbonate, um, potassium benzate, if it doesn't have one half of a barbiturate in it, it's not. It doesn't have a good enough preservative that's powerful enough to keep it from fermenting. So pretty much all organic grape juices have some amount of alcohol in it. That's why I think it's appropriate to do a wine taste on them. So, now, I did let this sit for about an hour. I did that because if you do that, you can tell if they added alcohol into it. And as a reviewer, I want to be as honest as possible because the alcohol that's added, kind of due to it being usually vodka or something like that, separates nicely, and it's usually I wouldn't say heavier alcohol, but it was added and it doesn't pollute properly, and so it hugs near the bottom of the glass, and it's definitely what I'm getting out of this. Not a lot, but it feels like the pad up there, percentage numbers, to get to that 13%, they've added alcohol to it. I can't believe Sutter Home did that because I don't think that's part of their distilling process, but that's definitely the feeling I get out of this. It's not a bad thing. It's not. It doesn't. I don't think it changes the nature of what it is, but it definitely that or they mixed batches of it from one high alcohol content batch to a lower alcohol content batch. And when you do that, even if it's the same type of wine, you get inconsistencies like that. The wine kind of just parts out after about an hour. Good quality, like good processed wine that's done in batches, that's quality controlled to the point where the individual bottle can be different from each other. Do not do that. It's usually like highly processed and industrial wine does that. So, and it's not a bad thing. It's not. It's just a different way of making wine. But it's definitely something that is cheaper to do. And I know that when I bought this for $8, I wasn't expecting this highly godly thing of wine, but it's what it tastes like. Well, let you all go, and